Hello, everybody. Once again, welcome back to my channel at ANL Card Rips and Adventures. If you're new to the channel, what we do here is we rip open cards, packs, and they're sports cards, whether baseball, football, or basketball, and we try to see which ones we get that are worth value. Something like this. These were Topps 1988. The junk wax era, and from old to new. Also, the adventure part is me and my fiance are going to all the MLB stadiums and collecting dirt from each field, and that's quite an adventure. I have a couple other videos I have to post up from Yankee Stadium and from Fenway Park. However, today's video is going to be an unboxing of sports cards from Shop Goodwill. For those of you that don't know it, Goodwill does sell sports cards on the internet. And I believe I got 2 boxes from this Goodwill. I'm just going to open this up really quick. Yeah, there's 2 boxes here, see? I think it's just a mixture of sports cards. And we'll probably do 1 of 2 videos, since if I go through each one of these cards, it's going to be too long, and I don't want the video to be too long. But yeah, shopgoodwill.com, you can actually auction off. They have auctions of sports cards. And I got some penny sleeves here, some top loaders, just in case we come up with some surprisingly bangers. Let's see what we got here. I think I'm going to make 2 videos. Let's see, get that straight there. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, here we go. See, this one says RB Basketball Topps Stadium Club. I got some stands here, and I got the mega stand also, just in case we pull a banger out of there. But we'll see. Usually, mostly it's mostly junk wax, if you want to call it that, or common cards. But I did see some other pullers, rippers on YouTube pull some good ones. I think I have some of these cards already, if I'm not mistaken. Andre Waters. I think these are 90. See that? It's actually 89 card. So that is considered junk wax era. And these are football cards. Ernest Gibbons, Alonzo Highsmith, Drew Hill, Scott Mitchell. So this is where the card changes. These are stadium clubs, I think, right? Or Pinnacle. Scott Mitchell, quarterback. Charlie Garner. Darren Woodson. John Taylor, Vinny Testaverde, Ron Morris, Don Mosbar, Chuck Noll. He used to be the Steelers head coach for like over 20 years, 20-something years. The Nigerian Nightmare, Christian Okoye. You see how bad the centering was back in the day? These centerings were like really bad. See how thicker it is on this side than that side? So basically what we're looking for is Hall of Famers. Mark Rippon, 2 of the same cards. And some rookie cards of some Hall of Famers. Like, say for instance, John Elway, Denver Broncos. There's Bernie Kosar, Bubba Paris, Matt Barr, Steve Berline, Nick Lowry, Tony Mandarich. Don't look like anything good here. So, yeah, I'll do 2 videos. One of this box and the other one of this other box over here. So this one looks like it's a football. So, let's get back to this. All right, we're on this side. See some, try to see if we can get some good Hall of Famers here. Dave Brown, nope. I think I'm backwards. Terry Hogue, what the heck? Reggie Brooks. So see the difference in cards? Jim Harbaugh, this guy is the head coach for, anybody know? LA Chargers. That's Jim Harbaugh. That's Harbaugh. Rob Moore, wide receiver for the Jets. I'll just scroll through these really quick. And if I see somebody that is worth stopping, Chuck Knox, head coach. Pat Ryan, Freeman McNeil, Terry Lee. Yeah, like I said, it's probably going to be a whole bunch of common players. Joe Walton, head coach. Keith Byers, Terry Hogue. So what I do when I come across stuff like this, I have a scanner and I scan the cards in. And I post them on eBay for like $1 or something. Probably going to do like 2 for $1 or something like that. We're looking for Emmitt Smith. You know, Troy Aikman, Bruce Smith, Andre Beavers, Anthony Miller, rookie Kevin Carter. Put the rookies aside. Darren Smith, Derek Brown, Derek Green, Cleveland Gary, I remember him. Jeff Burris. Brian Young, that's a nice card though. Upper Deck. Is that a parallel? Kevin Carter, Ben Talley. There's so many cards to go through, wow. Okay. I think it's just gonna be through, I'm gonna have to go through these really quick. Don Mosbar, I was like, is that Howie Long? Like Howie Long, like Hall of Famers like that we're looking for. Because he played in the 80s. Simon Fletcher. Who's this? Paul Farron, Rob Moore. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame, but I know he was the Jets receiver. He was a pretty good star back then. Got a couple of cards of him. But if you want to put these this way, Los Angeles Raider, Terry McDaniel, like Tim Brown, you know, like would have been a good card. Looking for Tim Brown, Terrell Fletcher. There's a playoff card. Put that aside. If I think anything's worth value, I'll put it to the side. Bubba McDowell, Lorenzo White, Tony Zendejas, Jack Party, Trey Waters, nope. Tim Harris, Keith Byers. We're looking for Bo Jackson, but he wasn't playing at this time. Or was he? I think he was. Yeah, I think he was at this time. I think he got injured in 91 or 92. Something like that. Jim Everett. I think I got some of these cards already. Patrick Bates. Strong safety. If it looks like something that's very like a parallel or something, I'll throw it down. Quadri Ishmael. Is that the Rocket Ishmael? Super Bowl card. I know some people are trying to collect all the Super Bowl cards from the Pro set. Pierce Holt, Dave Maggett. Here we go. Some of the Cowboys. Fred Barnett. Anthony Smith. And they have a stamp up there, Top Stadium Club. Henry Allard. Some of these cards are thicker than the other ones. Ken Harvey, no. I think we had that card already. Who was the Green Bay quarterback back then? It wasn't Brett Favre. Will Davis, throw that down there. Looks like these are some prospect cards, maybe. Antonio Langham. Not sure what happened with him, but Dale Carter, Darren Woodson, Bill Perriman, Eric Pregram. Okay, we got some sticky cards here. John Freeze, Richie Anderson, Richie Anderson. Okay, it's gonna look like it's gonna be a lot of cards to go through, so I think I'm just gonna pass up all the football, and if there's any baseball, which it does look like there's some baseball here, we'll go ahead and do some of the baseball. Super Bowl card. That's Super Bowl 20. Bears. Bears beat the Patriots. Yeah, there's baseball in here. So, who was playing it back then in the 80s? Junk Wax era. Who is this? Luis Castillo. Eric Karros. 50th anniversary, huh? I'll keep that Eric Karros. His son started to play now. He plays for the Rockies. Delino DeShields. I think that was back when he was older. Andy Ellenson. Never heard of that guy. This is the end of the football cards, so I'm gonna put this over here and do the baseball ones. Luis Gonzalez. Which Luis Gonzalez is this? Another Luis Gonzalez? Is this Gonzo? The one that went to the Diamondbacks later? I'll put that to the side. See, some of these cards are weird. 1989, the Star Company. I don't think that exists anymore. Jason Moss. I think he had a brother named Kevin Moss. Jim Wright. You see some of these players, these older players, and then you see some of the newer players. Like some of their sons are playing. Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different random cards. Let's see what we can come up with. Maybe a Nolan Ryan was playing back then, so maybe we'll see. They probably go through the. I think people donate some of their cards, and they probably go through them. Charles Nagy, I remember him. And they probably go through them and get the good cards, and then see. There's 2 cards here. Jamie Moyer. Remember him. Joey Cora. That's Alex Cora. I think he's related to Alex Cora. I don't know if that's his brother. See that? Paul Sorrento. See, some of these cards are sticking. Chili Davis. Rondell White. That'd be messed up if that's a nice card, like one of the Hall of Famers, and it's sticking. Rick Sutcliffe. This is where the junk wax era is. You can tell these are the old cards that mostly everybody have. Who was playing back then? Del Strawberry was. Is this a Kike Hernandez, Yankees? Another one? This is a gold card. See that? Kike Hernandez. But the well-known Kike Hernandez is the one that just played for the Dodgers. It's interesting. Yeah, see, we're going to see stuff like that. Curtis Shaw, Mike Robertson, Dante Bichette. That's Bo Bichette's dad. The guy from the Blue Jays. This guy used to be a slugger. Remember him? Ray Langford. Albert Pujols used to play back here too, man. I think back then. I think when he started. Too many dang cards. All right, let's see what we got here. Second pack stack over here. Who's this? Tucson, Phil Nevin. These are going to be hard to scan because they're thicker and sometimes they stick. Edgar Renteria. Remember him? Dixon. Jason Dixon, Roderick Myers, Cecil Fielder. That's Prince Fielder's dad. Kevin Napier, I remember him. Tony Womack. I think he went to the D-backs and won the championship in 2001. With Randy Johnson and the other guy. What was his name? Yeah, Randy Johnson might be in here too. I think Randy Johnson was the 90s, right? 90s and 2000s, early 2000s. This is Upper Deck. John Wetland. Deion James. I think Deion Sanders was playing too back then, wasn't he? For the Braves. Andres Galarraga. Chuck Finley. Jamie Navarro. Yeah, there's just a lot of cards. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to go through all these. Probably have to make 2 videos just for this one. Just for this one box. I'm trying to read that. What does it say? Gold Sport? Trot Nixon. That doesn't mean anything. That stamp. It's probably all these cards have that stamp. 1993. What does it say? Collection. 4-sport collection. Trot Nixon. This Topps. Mark Sullivan, Scott Bales. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to be going through a lot of digging here. Is there some that are sealed? What is this one? Nefty Perez. Why is he in the... This is rookie card? David Need. There's a reason why these are in here. Maybe they thought they were going to be all of their prospects. See down here? Rockies top prospects. And this is probably his rookie card too. I don't think he's not even a Hall of Famer, but I'll put him down there. I probably had high expectations for those guys, but sometimes they don't pan out. See, look at 25 cents. Rolando Rooms. I never heard of that guy. Isaac Guillen. He ended up being the coach for the White Sox after. What is this? Travis Fryman. I remember him. Leaf 50th anniversary. These are nice cards. Travis Fryman. Jason Dixon. Rusty Greer. Andy Benes. Kevin Young. Kevin Napier. All right, let's see what else we got here. I don't want to make this video too long. I'll probably just do half the box and then do half the box later. See, here's football again. I think we started off with football again on this other side. That's why it's all mixed up. But we're just going to go ahead and just go to this baseball and that's it. And I'll cut the video in half and then do another part 2 of this video. All right, JT Snow, Flair Ultra rookie. I remember him. He ended up being on the Angels after. Who's this? Larry Brown. Okay. Prospects. Terrell Wade. Nope, I don't think they're any good. Here's another prospect card. Tim Harkrider, Ray Ordonez, Nefty Perez, Enrique Wilson. Just because I heard of Nefty Perez before. Put that down there. Greg Jeffries. Oh, we got a Bobby Bonilla. This guy's still getting paid by the Mets. He was the first one that had the deferred contract, I think. These are on the, see? Why are these in the sleeve? This guy. Look at this one, Charles Nagy. It's all scratched and everything, but it's a refractor. It's pretty cool. See that? Still can try to get a buck out of it. 50 cents for 2. I think you're better off selling like these base cards. If you put 2 up there for $1, like even like here's another rookie card, whoever that is. Some like well-known players. Mark McGuire, even if they're not the rookie, Jose Canseco, if you put both of them together, you can get $1 for them, I'm sure. Scott Brocious. But yeah, we're going to end the video after these cards because it's going to be too long of a video. All right, there's David Justice. I remember him in the Braves. Is this his rookie card? No, career. Rick Aguilera, remember him? He was a good closer, I think. Dodgers, who's this? Eric Young, EY. I think his son plays. Mark Portugal, Andres Galarraga, Vincent Palacios, Jack Clark. Cubs, Chuck McElroy, and Mitch Williams. He's the one that gave up that home run to Joe Carter in the 1993 World Series. I think it was him. Yeah, anyways, we're going to call it a day here. I will do another video on the other half of this football and then the other box over here. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Sorry it was so short. Just too many dang cards here. And I appreciate you watching.